This week's news cycle is wild. A Kenyan governor narrowly escapes an attack. A powerful world leader just boycotted the G20. A viral video exposes a lodge blocking the Great Migration, and the US has just halted a multi-billion transport project in Nairobi. Let's dive into everything happening right now. Betty Bayo laid to rest. We begin in Kiambu, where hundreds gathered for an emotional farewell to gospel singer Betty Bayo. Friends, family, and the clergy stood in silence as her casket was lowered down at her Mugumo home. Betty passed away after a tough battle with acute leukemia. Tributes poured in, describing her as a light in both music and community work. It was a heartbreaking send-off for a beloved artist whose influence stretched far beyond the stage. And as mourners celebrated her life, another story was unfolding, one shaking Kenya's political landscape. Governor Natembeya escapes an attack. Tension erupted in Kabuchai ward after Governor George Natembeya narrowly escaped an attack while campaigning for independent MCA candidate Eric Wekesa. Video captured shattered windows, fleeing crowds, and reports of gunshots. Natembeya's party, DAPK, directly accused goons linked to Speaker Moses Wetangula, whose camp supports a rival candidate. IEBC and police had already warned against unrest, but Saturday's chaos has now transformed the Kabuchai by-election into a full-blown power showdown between the two Western Kenya heavyweights. But political drama wasn't the only thing shaking the country this week. X, formerly Twitter, exposes global bigwigs based in Kenya. A brand new feature on X called About This Account is causing a global meltdown. The tool reveals where an account was originally created, username changes, and even how the app was downloaded. Within hours, influencers and political commentators around the world were exposed. Some MAGA accounts turned out to be Nigerian, others Russian, and several popular football pages thought to be UK-based were actually created in Kenya. An example, we have a popular account known as the Anfield Talk. We also have a motivation account called Dear Son that turned out to be run outside the UK and the US with Kenyan-linked app stores. And while Kenyans online took this as a moment of pride, digital rights groups raised alarms, especially after an Amnesty report accused state agencies of weaponizing social media during last year's Gen Z protest. But speaking of international tension, the United States cancels a cash $7.7 billion Nairobi transport project, a major setback for Kenya. The United States government has halted a cash $7.76 billion GIS urban transport system meant to ease Nairobi's traffic. The project, previously approved under President Biden during President Ruto's 2023 US visit, has stalled following a shift in America's foreign aid priorities under President Trump. The GIS system, designed to coordinate Nairobi's multimodal transport, improve traffic flow, and support long-term planning, remains only 30% complete. With the US funding frozen, Kenya may now have to rethink the entire project. This adds to a growing list of bilateral projects disrupted since Trump took office, and that ties directly to our next story. G20 summit ends without the US president. The G20 summit in South Africa, the first ever held on African soil, has ended with a joint declaration on climate action and economic inequality. But the real headline, the United States boycotted the entire meeting. President Trump skipped the summit after reviving the discredited claim that white South Africans are facing mass killing, sparking global criticism. Other leaders downplayed his absence, but the symbolism was clear. The world's biggest economies are realigning, and the cracks in global cooperation are hard to ignore. But back home, a different kind of international conflict has sparked outrage. A viral video shows lodge blocking wildebeest migration. A viral video from the Maasai Mara has reignited outrage after showing wildebeest turning back during migration, seemingly blocked by a newly opened safari lodge. The footage shows people inside what used to be an open corridor appearing to chase the animals away. Conservationists say the lodge violates the Mara Management Plan, which banned new accommodation until 2023. Researchers warn that blocking migration routes could cause massive long-term ecological damage, with wildlife populations already down over 80% since the 1970s. The developer, however, claims all approvals were obtained, but the video has intensified calls for the camp's closure. These stories are still developing and will keep you updated as new details emerge. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a moment. See you on the next one.